Hey guys, what's going on? So just a really quick video today. As you guys know that I had some PC troubles recently, I actually did get my computer back up and going, so great news. It only took me about 24 hours or thereabouts to get this fixed. So unfortunately I wasn't able to release a video on Falcon and the Winter Soldier like I wanted to, the event, and so I'm going to be doing this a little bit today. It's not going to be a huge video, but put the pitchforks down, I guess, because it actually isn't that bad. So I did it myself on my phone because I wasn't sure when my computer was going to be up and running. So my apologies, guys, but I do want to run through the third level again myself with you guys on video. But yeah, it actually is a pretty decent event. So I did actually all three of them. I think the second one should be relatively easy for most. Okay, I'm not gonna say for most players, but anyone who has Zemo leveled up to a reasonable level for Dark Dimension or whatever, tier 14, 15, you know, then you could probably carry a lot of the other characters with this. I think some of the problem is if you want to 3-star it to save you from doing this over and over again, then you're going to need to bring up your other characters, you know, up to a reasonable level so they don't get killed. So that's the only thing there. But otherwise, the difficulty of it is a lot lower than we all expected, which is good, I guess. You know, and the rewards actually aren't terrible. So just, well, you'll see it after I do the third level. I do have some screenshots of that, but you're basically getting most of these things, I think. I think the actual specific orange and purple gear is kind of random, but you are getting all the catalyst parts in here. And it's random. You get all the ions, and I think the Armory 14 orb fragment is guaranteed on the second one, second level here, and the T4 is not. But for the third level, basically, all of this is guaranteed. The gear, again, is random. And then when you get to the orb fragments, and the T4 is also not guaranteed, you either get the Armory 14 orb fragments or the Armory 15 orb fragments. Now, I've done a total of like 12 over the last day or so on this level here, and I've only got this to drop twice, I think, the Armory 15 orb fragments. So it's not super common. So if you don't have the characters already built up, I don't know if I'd really recommend doing so just for the Armory 15 orb fragments. I mean, it is a longer event, which also is really nice. It was an 8-day event, I'm pretty sure. And it looks like that the 2-day Honor the Shield milestone is probably going to be rolling. So kind of like the campaign energy milestone that we have is going to be rolling every 2 days. I suspect that's what's going to happen. And so you can blitz and a war using these characters, and you're going to get the points just fine on that one. And I do recommend for the Honor the Shield milestone just using all 4 of them into a blitz, into an easy blitz, and just spamming it, you know, 25, 25, 25 blitz energy, and just getting that points because that really helps. But we're going to actually just do this fight here on the video. I'm going to skip the dialogue on that, though. But I do have a team power of 328k, and the bulk of this is coming from Zemo at 114. The rest of them, actually, I can just put them down here, is... Now, I do have a 6 red Baron Zemo. I did take him to level... 6 red Winter Soldier. I took him to level 71 for some reason. I'm not sure why. Falcon's also 71, and Cap is level 70. So they're all sitting at gear tier 12 for me, but not at 13. So you don't actually need to take them to gear tier 13 for the Honor the Shield milestone. It's not worth a lot of points. You actually get more points in the milestone for them being over 5-star. So just wanted to throw that out as well. Again, my team is a little bit overkill, I think. I didn't find this overly difficult here to do, but you know, I think you're going to need them up to a reasonable level if you want to clear it at a 3-star level, so you don't have to keep repeating this all the time, because, you know, it's not that long, but it's probably not something you want to do. Although the energy cooldowns are quite long, so we'll talk about that after this video, but we'll just go through this really quick here. And boom, just right off the bat, my Baron Zemo just kind of wrecks them. But you do want to focus on Squirrel Girl, typically, as I just want to get her down before she gets to her special. So I do some rebounds, and I realize that Groot is going to slow as well, I think. Or sorry, Groot's going to cleanse, possibly. But we go for the others anyways, though. That's normally what I do. And chuck the shield to kind of dispel. We got Squirrel Girl down. At this point, I can use the turn bar here, and maybe we might be able to get Zemo to clear. Yeah, we did. So, and then we just kill Crossbones. That's fine. And I actually saved my cooldowns for the second wave, which really is the main part here. And then that's that. So normally, the Baron Zemo is a bit of a pain in the ass. So is Falcon, for that matter. So I normally try and get Falcon down, and I'm going to... wait usually on my... Actually, maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember if I saved the taunt. I know that Zemo is just going to clear this probably, but there is a lot of buffs here on the side to use Falcon's special. I'm just going to try and kill that Falcon, and then we can concern ourselves with Zemo after. So it does clear our defense up, which is a bit of a pain. Maybe I should have held it. I probably should have held it. That's a lot of rebound on the slows, all 4. That didn't happen the last time, actually. That's going to make me look bad. So I'm probably still going to clear this, but how quickly and without a death, I don't know. Maybe I'm actually pretty close. We did get a Red Skull summon. That didn't happen last time either. We might lose Cap. Jeez. Let's do a ability block here. Get some rebounds. Didn't get as many rebounds as we should have. And everyone's slowed, of course. Wow, we actually lost Cap. Okay, so I did clear this with a 3-star. I think I got a lot of slows this time around, but that's not really the point. But what is really good, and I don't remember if I mentioned this in the beginning, and my apologies if I already did, but you do actually not lose, sorry, you don't lose the energy unless you complete it. So it's very much like a challenge in this sense. So if you lose, you don't lose the ability, the campaign energy. So you can try this as many times as you want. If you think you're close, you know, keep trying to get the 3-star, whatever you're trying to do, just don't finish the level. So you can back out of that as well. And so if you die, again, you don't lose the campaign energy, only if it's a success. So actually, I really like this part of the event, the fact that they did that, and that you're not consuming the campaign energy on a loss like you do for the rest of the campaigns. So that is good there. I will kudos to them for that, I will say. And, you know, I'm on low graphics mode, of course, because that's why it looks so terrible. But I'm going to skip ahead here to the rewards, because that's the important bit here. And I want to show that off. So clearly I only got a 2-star the second time around, but the first time I did. So we get all of this again. It's actually, you know what? I thought the catalysts were guaranteed. Maybe it's just 2 random stat catalysts. The 3 superior basic catalyst is guaranteed. And hey, look, I got the armory 15 orb fragments this time, which is surprising because I think the drop rate's around 10 to 20%. It's not that high, and you do get a lot of random gear. So it's not bad, but the only thing that I want to say though is that the campaign energy is a bit on a lower cooldown, a lot longer of a cooldown than everything else. So if you guys know that if you want to refresh the energy here, it takes 250 cores for 90 energy. And I believe, please correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, I think it's a 50-minute cooldown on each energy, which means that for this last level, you're looking at one every 450 minutes, which is roughly 7.5 hours. So you can do this 10 times a day, I'm pretty sure, but realistically, that 90 energy is, so let's do it the other way, 90 times 50 minutes, that's 4,500 minutes divided by 60 minutes in an hour, is 75 hours. So just over 3 days to get a full set of energy. So that's quite a lot. Now, whether or not you want to spend the 250 power cores to refresh that or not, that's entirely up to you. What I would recommend though, instead, if you don't want to do that, which is a lot of power cores to ask for, so I'm not surprised if you don't want to do that, is the Honor the Shield milestone. So this is every 2 days, and I'm already actually over halfway through this, even though, you know, I haven't actually done any war attacks with these characters. So this was entirely from Blitz. So you can see how you get the points here. Blitz with a featured character. So in this case, the featured character is Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, and Cap from the event. So you get a Blitz sim win and a Blitz win. It's the same here. So in that part, it's the same, but it does change a little bit here for Blitz or Blitz sim win with, actually, you know what? It's the same regardless. So don't do manual Blitz. There's absolutely no need. So if you count this up, you're getting 10 here from the Blitz sim with a featured character, 16 total if they're 5-star or higher, and then 3 points more if they're gear tier 13 higher. So that's not really worth much. So if you take the 16, multiply it by 4, you're getting 64 points, I think, more or less, if you use all 4 of the characters and they're above 5-star. So that's a good start. And the war stuff is a little bit different, you know, because that only happens 3 times a week, and you're only going to be able to use the characters once, so you're not getting a ton of points. So a lot of this is coming from blitzing. So if you get 64 points for putting all 4 of the characters into a squad together, doing a blitz win at low tier, or whatever you want to do, because it's a Mr. Sinister blitz right now, then you're getting 64 points. Spam that, like 25, 25, 25, and even into the 50 blitz charges if you want. And, you know, you'll rack up those points fairly quickly, actually. So in less than 24 hours, I've already picked up 1,300. It caps out at 2,100. Again, I'm assuming after the 2 days, it's just going to roll over again into another milestone. So this is a good way to pick up energy pretty quickly, because you're getting 5 every milestone. There's 24 milestones, so 24 times 5 really quickly, that's 120 energy every 2 days. So that'll give you more than enough than you need to clear the 3rd level, and maybe you might actually get some energy for the 2nd level as well every so often. So this is actually pretty decent here. If you manage to clear this milestone, this is the best way to pick up additional energy if you don't want to use the power cores. Now, I think this event overall is actually pretty good. Now, I feel really bad because, you know, I lit the pitchforks and I talked about how shit this was going to be when we found this out in the data mine on msf.gg, and it looked really bad. That 3rd level looked a lot harder than it actually ended up being, because, you know, we were looking at tier 14, tier 15 enemies, I think, and actually the recommendations, as usual, but were way, way higher. Where is the recommendations? This is on here, I think, in the info box. So mission 3, squad level 75, gear tier 14. Now, my Zemo is that, but the others are not. Red Stars 4, ISO class, I don't even think you need to do that, but yeah, I would actually say it's probably closer to gear tier 13 across the board, and maybe level 70. I think it probably could manage that. I don't think you would need as high as gear tier 14. I think that was a bit out of proportion. I guess the way that they do that, or the reason why they do that, is so that people, you know, if you got to that and you still can't beat it, then they would get in trouble for that, I suppose. So always take this with a grain of salt, and moving forward, we can think about this. But for an 8-day event, for something that actually gives some decent rewards, and as long as you can complete it, even the 2nd level actually is pretty good. You know, unfortunately, you don't get the Armory 15 orb fragments from the 2nd level. But, you know, it's not too bad otherwise. And even the 1st level, you know, if that's all you can accomplish, you know, at the very least, you are getting quite a bit of ABCs and a lot of random purple gear. I don't remember what else is on that. There's a lot of stuff. Is there blue? No, it's just purple, actually. So, you know, this is quite reasonable to do, even the 1st level, for people who don't really have those characters leveled up. You know, if you have Baron Zemo, who should be the bare minimum, and for newer mid-game players who probably have cap up, because it's kind of recommended these days for Wave 1 Avengers. Just wanted to do a quick overview of the event. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, though, and whether or not this was actually a good, if you guys like this or not. I think it was quite good. So I'm happy with that. I'll continue to do the Honor the Shield milestone and, you know, plug away at it, and, you know, I'll get a bunch of resources, I guess, at the end of it. So really happy for that. I actually didn't spend a ton of extra gold, more than I already did. That being said, my characters were kind of geared up a little bit, so I do understand that not everyone is going to have that. But yeah, overall, it's a lot better than expected. So glad that that was the case, and glad that for once, you know, they actually pleasantly surprised us, I think. So yeah, let me know all about that down below if you kind of think I'm also right on that aspect. Or if you guys just really hate it, please let me know on that down below as well. So until next time, guys, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Boylon signing out.